every
Also
Tuesday.
That's the whole point of the training.
Okay, we got
Is that you train the authorized.
Do you
So that
know
there is
the issue?
Is it called Regional Director of the Bureau of Internal...
Good morning once again, members of the media. Well, some members of the media are still coming, so we'll just wait and we'll proceed with today's program, the episode of our weekly 888 News Forum. To begin with, we'll hear the opening statement from our panelists, our invited guest. Let's start with our lady at the table. Ma'am, your opening statement.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jessie Luarchoa. I'm a resident in Italy. I'm a fitness educator based in Europe. So, travel ko from different countries also, like Poland, Dubai, and Belgium. And also here in the Philippines, nationwide. So, event ko. So, for dance fitness, in Luzon, Mindanao, and hopefully this here in Cebu, my hometown.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma'am. Let's stay fit despite the COVID-19. Okay, Sir Robert, your opening statement.
Hi, good morning. I'm not new in this forum because I think I've been here for 2-3 times before, no? Since I was the president of the Cebu Chamber of Commerce before, up to when I was the president of Philippine Retailers Association. I was also for 9 years Economic Development Committee Chair of the RDC for 9 years, no, and 3 years as a co-chair of the whole full council. And right now I'm a private sector representative of RDC, still in RDC, and I'm the spokesman since I'm the chairman of the board of the Philippine Retailers Association. And in my personal capacity, I'm also the chairman and president of Prince Retail Group. No, we have now 59 stores all over Visayas, Mindanao, and Luzon, and we have become a Prince Retail instead of the Prince Warehouse, no, because we are now a new concept now, no, and we know that everybody is scared of the coronavirus, and you can see that our malls are empty and our restaurants are empty. Hotels are crying, and the airlines are almost bankrupt, and they are laying off. Not ours, no, but the one from other countries, no. So I think it's a scary future for us, no, especially also in the businesses. So good morning.
Thank you, Sir Robert. Good that you have a big sari-sari store in different big municipalities in the province and outside the province, as well as in Mindanao, with your concept and innovation. Sir Bobby Joseph, as far as tourism sector industry, I think it's dying due to the coronavirus.
Definitely, the entire world. And what we have done is, for the last 3 weeks, we have organized our travel associations, which is around with 350 members. We came up already with our different products to sell for domestic market. Later on, I would like to talk on retailing, on the projects that the Department of Tourism has done, which we called her for the last 2 weeks, convincing her to stop it. But she stopped it, but it's already went through. And it's a disaster, the effects of the disaster. So we're also looking at also what can government do to soften the impact of this problem, like giving a discount on mayor's permits, small gestures. What would the BIR do? There should be no harassment during this period because everybody. So we're looking at things that would be very, very practical to help and support the business people. The review of investments, because we have to look long term, not short term. Because we know this is only short term. But the long term effects, there are a lot of good opportunities. Like if you have extra money today, all you have to do is park it in the stock market. And you know that you will double or triple at any given time in a few days or weeks. So there are opportunities here. It's only that you really have to be prepared. You have to get your loans. You have to get things done. You have to have your cash, and you have to. Today, it is sad that people are really scared, and people are trying to save because they do not know if tomorrow they don't have a job. And this is what will happen. So these are the issues that we would like to address. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir Bobby. And our friend, Dr. Rene Ebra, what's the effect of the COVID-19 to the health and well-being of our citizens? Dr. Ren?
Yeah, thank you very much, Art, and for inviting me. Sir Eli, thank you very much. I think this is the third time that I have been in this gathering. Now, so as a medical doctor, as mentioned, I am specializing in the field of psychiatry, and as a psychiatrist, this is what I could say, that there is no health without mental health. And how could you be a mentally stable person if you are most of the time anxious, scared, uncertain of what will happen? In our practice in psychiatry, every time there is a man-made or natural catastrophes, we will be called. I was into so many man-made and natural catastrophes to do stress debriefing. In man-made or natural catastrophes, there are three kinds of victims: the direct victim, the indirect victims, and the hidden victims. The direct victim, as the name implies, are the ones who are directly affected, as the name implies, I repeat, of what had happened. The indirect victims are the relatives and friends of those who are directly affected. And the hidden victims are those people who are not in any way related to the direct victim but are just the same, worried about the situation. So what is happening now in our country is the uncertainty, anxious of what will happen next. I listened to the radio of one of our morning commentator, Attorney Banyok, DYHP, where I am also affiliated. I have a slot in DYHP, 1 o'clock. Kini ang akong suliran. So I listened to him and he said that out of the 26 Korean nationals, there are still 9 others who are still in our country, still in Cebu and in Lapu-Lapu City. And all the rest are back already in Seoul, South Korea. So we are not sure whether one of those Korean nationals that we talked to are on board of that airplane, no? But that wasn't follow that this Korean national is positive for COVID. But I repeat, there is an anxiety and apprehension. In our practice in psychiatry, anxiety is different from fear. Unsa may difference ning duha? Fear is you can identify the reason nganong nahadlo ka. But in anxiety, it's vague, uncertain, why klaro. But hadlok lang gyapon ka. So, there are anti-anxiety medications available, and I hope you will not hesitate to approach one of us as a psychiatrist. It doesn't follow that if you will go to Dr. Rene Obra as a psychiatrist, you are already insane or psychotic. No. Of course, we have psychotic patients, but not all our patients are psychotic.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Ren. So you can see a lot of Koreans swimming in Marigondon and elsewhere in the beaches of Lapu-Lapu. Okay, let's start and with Sir Bobby, with Sir Robert. Go here. No, sir. A lot of businesses are now drying and crying, and as you made mention, malls, restaurants, including airlines, are pulling up, and yet the operation of Prince Warehouse Retail Club throughout the region. And in my ako mismo, being a delegate noon, I saw a lot of people going and buying in your big sari-sari store. So, thanks for that kind of innovation that you can see in a lot of big municipalities and new cities in Visayas and Mindanao.
Thank you, Art. And yes, no. When you talk about retailing in the provinces, the more of the provincianos, no, are not affected by this scare, no. Kay murag layo pa because they don't see currents except when it is already in the touristy area, no. And of course there is atong kuan probinsya, mao man ang akong vision is to serve the underserved. That's why I don't expand in Cebu City. I only go to smaller towns where we can serve people better and we can make people happy. I receive a lot of thank you note, no, when even DTI Regional Director Aster Caberte thanked me for opening in Siquijor because the prices is very high. Now it's half the price, no. And even in Nabal, when I opened, the DTI also regional director and also si Director Secretary Lopez also commented, no, because I want to serve the poor people, masa magining ako and in the provinces, hand to mouth mangguda kasagaran, no. It is the food that they need to place in the table and they shop every day because wa man sila kwarta para usa ka semana, adlaw-adlaw sakto ng imong kiingon, oversized sari-sari store na ko and sari-sari store also buy from me, bring to the mountain barangay. And even in Mindanao, the Kongke, no, the Aita of Mindanao come down, bringing buyot of money to buy and sell also in their sari-sari store in the mountain, no. I've seen that, no, and so I've seen people coming to my store, gibilin tanan sinilas ato sa front door and walk barefooted. Kay maikog siya kay puti kayo ang tiles ba. And you see all the sleepers outside, no? And during opening, magtutut yun na. So, why coronavirus dito? No? So, maupod, when you serve the poor people, the farmers, the fishermen, maog yun ang akuha. Ang diri sa atua sa syudad, mas ning hadlok. That's why the malls are empty, no? And the restaurants, dito ko sa ka-restaurant, Chinese restaurant, murag ako na kakaon dito, no? Because people are afraid, no? And because of the tourists that you've seen all over, no? So, ang dako ligo, ang syudad gud.
Okay, Sir Robert, in your operation sa mga big municipalities in the province of Cebu and elsewhere, in a way, you did not kill the public market and still you support. Otherwise, the local government or the municipal government will not allow you.
Dili yun hinoon ko mo kill sa katong mga public market because sila hinoy nagkinahanglan nato, no? Because ang kadtong mga sari-sari stores, no, muhatag man ko nilag special price that they can sell. And I don't compete with them kay kinsi 30 na sila lista-lista. People still go to them. And I invited the wet market to come and display in my store if they want, basta as long as they follow my rules, no? And although many of them inig Domingo di man ngabli, di man na pwede sa kuha. So, di sila ka-follow rules, so you have to go. Mao nang ako And usually, hadlok yun na sila nga mu-open na mi. Pero in about 3 months, mudugok na siya, tuyo ko na ko nila because mudugok, mas daghan man tao, di ba? So they want to display beside me. And you will see more stores around me. Sari-sari store ba yun? No? So, there is no, it is not true that we will kill them because they love us after a while. And they become our member of our royalty member. That's why I have 1 million royalty member as of today all over the Philippines.
Good. And then you still have also the PO that serves for a lot of people in the municipalities. And then, okay, Sir Bobby, the airlines now are folding up. 2 or 3 weeks or so ago, Cathay Pacific from Cebu to Hong Kong, there were only 3 passengers. The following day, only 1. So mahimo to siya ato sa business class, ato sa first class, or whatever. So that's the reason why 350, I think, ground staff of Cathay Pacific were laid off. And 2 weeks after, the Philippine Airlines followed suit. So this is the effect of the COVID-19, and this is not only happening to this airline, Cathay Pacific, but likewise other airlines. So in doing that kind of the effect of coronavirus, tourism industry is greatly affected. So how would we like to revive in this kind of situation?
Thank you. Just to inform you, Philippine Airlines flies 80 flights daily to China. That's gone. 80 flights daily to China. And what more, right now, after 80 years of Philippine Airlines, today they are selling at $80. Now is the best time to travel to Taiwan, to Hong Kong. Because it's so cheap, no? And the hotels in Hong Kong are cheap. I was there during the riots, but now it's even worse. You can stay in a 5-star hotel, Grand Hyatt for $120 with breakfast for 2. And that used to be $500. And when you come down, nobody, and everybody looks at you as if you're a movie star. So you go to Marco Polo now. For the first time, the buffet, I can count how many people were eating around us. So you can see already the situation. I'm in the retail business and wholesale on wines, Philippine Wine Merchants and Ralph's Wines and Spirits since 1975. Before, we would, here in Cebu, deliver daily. Now we deliver twice a week or less. In Boracay, we were the first wine store. Imagine we were hit already with the 6 months to 8 months reconstruction of the island. Then afterwards, we had already the Taal situation. And then now here comes this coronavirus. Well, I was always telling people I am the distributor of Corona beer. Dapat masubukan yan. Mali, huwag na yung virus, yung corona na lang. So, but joking aside, the losses are dramatic. Philippine Airlines has to put in 10 billion pesos. And the this 10 billion pesos might be gone in less than 2 months. That's how bad the situation is. Now, we believe that if you look at the percentage of death, the children don't die of coronavirus. The ones who die are like me, who are cancer patients. So we will die because of that. So, because of sports, because of my Tai Chi, I'm a survivor because I have 4th stage cancer since October 25, 2007. I was given 6 months to live by Singapore doctor because of my kidney base. But because of prayers and proper medicine, I'm a walking, living miracle. I'm not supposed to be here, but I'm here. So, but that's the situation. So, let's all have to look at it on a positive way. So I'll take a little bit of my time. No? I was against the Department of Tourism coming up with a campaign of shopping tourism called mall tourism. Mall tourism. Wherein all the products are China made and Thai. And kapiringgot lang yung Filipino products. That's why I am with Mina Gabor in the International School of Sustainable Tourism. And what we're pushing is through the Department of Trade and also through the Chamber of Commerce and the DOST and the Design Philippines is to come up with products, with new products that we can develop and help the people produce it. Up to now, the Igorot with the barrel that shows his dick coming up, it's still here, it's still there. So wala na pa silang, we are very creative people. So, and do you know what is the #1 product of tourism? Can you guess? You're a lady. They'll say, dried mango. And then the Department of Tourism claims that every mainland Chinese excuse me, spends $1,000. How can that be? They're only staying for 3 days. 2 in a room. $80 per room. The $40. Okay, ito mo ng $150 times 3 nights. $150. You see them eat laureate style. The cheapest, 3,000 pesos. 3,500, sige na. For 12. 300 pesos. O sa gabi, 400 pesos. 700. Tapos bibili sila ng dried mango. Hindi naman by the kilo. Oh. So what are we promoting? This is in line with you. I was moving for the past several years for the Chamber of Commerce of Cebu to push to make, because we have three jewelers here. Why don't we have a duty-free jewelry shop and see the people working like in Hong Kong, like in Thailand? And then we would see to it that we will be allowed, Cebu will be allowed to bring in diamonds in the economic zone. So we have free trade of diamonds with the craftsman of the Cebuano we will not only come out with costume jewelry, but we will come up with jewelries which is of high-valued items. And we can beat Israel, we can beat Belgium, we can beat India. And even in the past, we had already our own Filipino cut diamond, which was in Bataan. But they did not support, so what happened? All of the craftsmen were brought to Israel and some with India. So we can do things and prepare things of high-valued items. Leather goods, we can be competitive because that's craftsmanship and buying the right materials that you can now connect so that you can come up with something that is of good value. Not El Cheapo. Hindi yung fake. Fake na yung tao, sabi ni doktor. Fake naman yung suot. Anak na ko ito. Ang bulsa, fake din. Ha? Sinsilyo, pag nasa simbahan. Ang ganda, naka Louis Vuitton. Tapos 25, ang lagay. Ha? Nasa aircon pa. 25. Kung akong Jesus Cristo, bababa ako, pagsisipain ko sila. Joke lang, joke lang. So, that is the situation. Now, the other problem that we have is this subdivision. There is this subdivision in, what's this? Anna, where is it? Metropolis. Santa Lucia. They made a subdivision without putting a fence. And now they want the association to pay them so that they can put a fence. Meron bang subdivision kanya na Sus Mario, itong mga Robles family. Now, in that area at the back, there is a barangay there and it's well known for drugs or something. And you know, if they are coming in there and making, so what will happen to the real estate? Oh, and the fear. So I'm bringing this up to call the attention, sayang, that we have to see to it here in Cebu, that these things do not happen. Kawawa naman ang Cebuano who bought the lot, built the house, and then is in fear that anybody can come in, and even the habal-habal is coming in and making noise in the evening or things like that. So there has to be a review. On the other hand, I gave a report here that since Cebu does not have a sewage treatment plant, the water companies, and Cebu has 3.5 million tourists, include local and foreign. But we are allowing the degradation of now so many resorts, so many hotels, so many condominiums are coming out in Mactan. Meanwhile, the channel of Mactan, all businessmen, when they arrive Cebu, they forget that they were in a beautiful place. And then they see the informal settlers. They see that our rivers are suffering. The plastics are being thrown. But the Cebuano is investing. But the Cebuano does not take care of Cebu. That's a paradox. The last property here was sold in IT Park, 265,000. Now, that has to go higher pa. Per square. 1,000 per square. But there is no sewage treatment plants, no STPs. Buildings are up. they're throwing everything to the river. What will happen to tapos meron pa, sustainable Cebu. Sustainable in throwing the garbage in the river and the seas. I'm an adopted son of Cebu and I'm crying because this cannot be. How many billions are being spent for tourism infrastructure, but nobody wants to fix the environment. As a Rotarian, Rotary Club of Manila, we are able to set up a meeting here. I hope in that meeting, the chamber naman siguro, ang daming Rotarians naman dyan. Diba? We are trying to invite Secretary Roy Simato to come here, including his team, so that there will be more focus on Cebu. So we have to take action. While there is chaos, we have to take action of the things we have to do and fix things. So I hope my statement will go a long way. Sorry for monopolizing, but I just come here for 888. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir Bobby, for that very informative statement. Actually, big businessmen in the country are going and visiting Bangalore, India, and Johannesburg in South Africa for the diamonds. Don't worry, they'll come to maybe in the next few years. Okay, to our lady guests, ma'am, what's the situation? Being in the fitness program and with this situation that we are in now on COVID-19.
Okay, good morning. Once again, my name is Jessie Loarchoa. I'm a fitness educator. So, based sa imong question, sir, related ron sa atong sitwasyon sa convoy. So, I would really suggest that everyone should be very active in fitness. Kay, number one, based sa imong gingon, sir, na karon ang mga edad-edaran mo ay affected kaayo, no? Tungod kay weak ang immune system nato. So, ang mga bata po, dali po sila ma-affected. So, ang mga middle age, like me, mga millennial, so we're so active. So, mga ligon-ligon pa, mga lawas. So, suggest na ako nga sa akong experience as a teaching, active gyud ta, but not like fitness lang, fitness. Sama ron sa mall nga or any other places na nauso ron ang dance fitness, but not really the proper one. So it depends po sa fitness instructors kinsa. So kinsa tong mga active sa mga fitness enthusiast, dapat aware pod kinsa ilang trainer, no? Kay importante kayo na kung sakto ba yang gi-execute, sakto ba yang teaching. So before or after the class, makapangutana ba ta about sa ato ang health, maka-advise ba sila? Importante kayo na, sir. So labaw sa tanan, drink lots of water, avoid mga soft drinks, likay ta sa mga fatty foods, mga sobraan sa karne, kay naara ba ni sa atong sitwasyon ron nga anad kay kaon ning mga bawal, mao'y paborito. So lami daw. So kung mao gid na atong ginahabit kanunay, so dali kita mataptag sakit. That's why we need to move our body, no? Involve tag fitness, dili lang anyway, no need man gid sir nga mag-fitness ka, you need to spend money, no? You can go around, at least nga, di lang jud magsigling ko, di magsigig Facebook. Importante kayo. So pa. Any question?
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Fear and anxiety are two main psychological effects of the COVID-19. I think Dr. Rene Obra could expound more on this issue. Doc?
Yes, Art. But before that, I'd like to clarify that I am not here to represent the Department of Health. Although I am connected in both public and private health sectors, but again, I am not representing Department of Health. So, Somebody coughed inside a commuter train in Japan. It caused commotion and verbal arguments. Why? Because of this anxiety and uncertainty that this person might be a COVID positive. My eldest child is now in Hong Kong. She is having her additional training in orthopedic surgery. Then I talked to her the other day. I said, di ba ka mauli nag-birthday na ko sa Abril? Isa, ug mauli ko pa, i-quarantine man ko. Usap na ko bukatin sa imong birthday party. Kasi ayaw na lang, diha na lang ka. So these are things that is happening right now. What is the problem of COVID virus is that up to this point in time, our researcher, our scientists, doctors haven't discovered yet a vaccine that can combat this kind of virus. Unlike sa may mga lain ng mga viral infection, herpes, viral pneumonia, chickenpox, smallpox, dengue, polio. These are viral infections nga naanay vaccines, no? So hopefully, as soon as possible, God willing, our researchers can find a vaccine that can combat this kind of virus. So I repeat, I just would repeat the signs and symptoms of somebody to whom we suspected to have this kind of problem. If you know somebody who is febrile, has breathing difficulty, or shortness of breath, coughing, and then with pneumonia, as much as possible, even if he is your friend, please try to keep distance from him or her. And it is not that you are degrading or considering him no longer your friend, but prevention is better than cure. Avoid crowded places. No? I repeat, there are still 9 Korean nationals in Cebu City and Lapu-Lapu City. One of my patients last week was a Chinese-looking woman. She went to my clinic because she wanted to have medicine for insomnia. So, initially, I was somewhat scared bakit pasig taga Wuhan, China ni. Pero, only to know nga taga Cebu, radi ay. Kuya Juan, sago kay, wow, bakit ay protection na sa clinic ba? Susurao na positive ni siya. Sadok tagail lang kong somebody or something nga maka-sleep na ko, makatulog ko. So, these are things that is affecting everyone. So, anxiety, I repeat, is vague and not very clear ang source. And in our study, this can create a lot of psychosomatic signs and symptoms. If you are anxious, your cortisol or bad hormone will shoot up. But if you're a happy person, I talked to Sir Joseph just earlier, your endorphins or the happy hormone will shoot up. So, this can cause a lot of psychosomatic signs and symptoms. So, ano man siya? Can cause muscle contraction, or kakahion, kalibangon, di ka may mutang. Murag lain ganyan yung paminaw sa lawas. So, uban, panington o bugnaw, mo nang uban, mag-psoriasis, mag-skin blisters because of this kind of situation. Irritable ka, di ka katug, di ka kasabot. So, I hope that as soon as possible, we can solve this problem. And our need man good as a human being based on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs is survival. Biological, physical. Kung wala kay food, drinks, physiologic needs nimo, everything will suffer. No, unsa man nang nindot nimo sinina nya wa kay gikaon kada law is because nag-shut down ang mga companies na where is your source of income. Di ba, Art? So diha lang ko taman. Please ask questions ug na po may gustong may balan.
Thank you very much, Sir Dr. Ren. Sir Joseph.
Sir, I have anxieties and fears because of my wife. What do you think is the antidote?
Okay. Follow-up questions? Okay, let's start with Kim and then Chet and then Boy Solo.
I would like to address my question to Mr. Go. Mr. Go, being in the retailing business, how's COVID-19? Does the business feels the pinch of the COVID-19? Do we have an economic slowdown? and being the leader of the retail industry, do you have steps to be taken in order to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 to our consumers? That's all. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Well, the COVID-19 is taking a toll on the retail industry because we don't have any tourists anymore, no, from China, no. Now we're cutting off Korea, so that means that the number one and number two tourists that come to the malls, no, and to our tourist area, and the locals are not going there also because they are afraid they will see mga tourists also, so they are not buying, and people are afraid that what might happen in the future. They are not buying also because they are saving for the future. They only buy masks, they only buy alcohol, no, alcohol, and they try to finish everything. But the rest, wala, unless it's only also on food, no? Kay kinahanglan mo gid ang kaon, no? But otherwise, non-essential, you don't see people buying clothing for your home use or whatever. I don't. They are not buying. So there's a slowdown also on the retail, and it is affected by, of course, the restaurants are crying. No, I was in the restaurant and I'm the only one eating, and of course also these restaurants are supposed to buy from supermarkets and from the market for their uses, and in the hotel there's no people. They're crying when China was cut down to 20-30% na lang occupancy. Now with Korea also being cut down, and you can just imagine how they will survive. And so this even hotel also buy also from supermarket or the basic things that they need, no? And they are not buying also. And so you don't see anybody buying. So slow down yun ang retail. And affected yun sila tanan, no? Only in on the food, no? Because people need to eat. Pero otherwise, wala.
Okay. Serge and then Sir Bobby.
Good evening, everyone. Good morning, everyone, and my media colleagues also. Good morning, Sir Bob, Mayor, and Doctor, and everybody else. Art. Good morning. First, before I ask question to Sir Bob and the Doctor, I would like to congratulate Mr. Robert Go for opening branches to the remote areas, especially towns like San Remio. I am from Bogo, Mr. Go, and my wife always buy from Prince House there, and then just openly you open at Sandrem and Medellin, and there is also Danmataya, no? Yeah, that's why I used to travel there, so I saw it. Then your friend, it was the deceased Mr. Tony Avila, our manager. That's why you have there in our station, DBC. Thank you. Sir Bob, if God forbids, and also Doctor, as a frequent traveler to other countries, if the COVID-19 will visit our country, if God forbids, what is your observation? Because you travel a lot countries in the whole world. Is our country ready to counter the COVID-19? Is our facilities, do we have facilities in our country to take care of the patients?
We do have, but at the end of the day, it has to be the medicine to stop. Meanwhile, as a 70-year-old guy, we just wake up every day and say, thank you, Lord. So, but we have to do our best without stress. Kagaya sabi ni Doktor, if your wife stresses you out, do something else. With me, I talk to my doctor when I got my 4th stage cancer. I said, Doc, can you please prescribe my oncologist to put in your prescription that my wife should stop nagging me, knowing that I have cancer.
I was about to tell Sir Bob
So anyway,
nagging.
he included it in front of my wife and told her, you better stress your dog than your spouse. After 2 years, the dog died.
So
I learned a very important lesson today. Okay? So, to Dr. Obra.
I was about to ask also the doctor that if another wife give us stress, doc.
Yes,
You have a doctor.
Yes.
You have a doctor, daughter.
Yes.
Thank you.
In a relationship, no, give and take naman gina. Sa among pagtuon, o sa akong experience sa mga admitted nga mga pasyente o sa mga tao nga muduol nako, the number one nga maka-stress sa tao is relational problem. Dili kwarta. Relational problem. In fact, dito may Sir Bobby inoperyo sa Pier 1 na itong Huibis. Kauban ko sa mga pare because they asked me to talk about deliverance and exorcism. Kung anong ako man, Father, sa ikaw ang napili, Doc. Ngayon ko nga, daghan yung kayong mga tao nga mag-suicide. Number one reason nga na mag-suicide ang tao is because of relational problem. Either you are a heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, or LGBTQ.
You.
Mana kung nagger imong wife, ingon ni Sir Bob, murag convert na siya ito pagka-Islam man para allow tag more than one wife.
So,
Yes, sir.
Joke lang.
Okay, no problem. Doc, is it practical? I have read in the medical studies that before you undertake an exercise, you should go to the doctor kasi risk go ang mag-exercise na you don't know kung mamatay ka or whatever nga kinanglan nga mo refer una ka sa doktor una mag undertake og exercise.
Yeah, that's very true. Because in a triathlon competition, before you will be allowed to compete in a Ironman competition, mga strenuous kayo, you must submit yourself for laboratory and check-up. Nakay clearance sa doktor nga physically fit ka nga mo compete diha. In fact, nagsuroy-suroy ko sa Park Mall, tinuod din itabo na ako. Na-meet na ko itong nag-organize sa boxing. Isa, Dok, ikaw kuno'y ring physician? Iko nga, sige, kadihaman sa ko sa Park Mall. May ring physician. Ako, sige ko gampo nga, wala mo collapse ba kay kuyawan ko kay dili bayag ko internet. Pero na ako basic nga before I went into psychiatry training, general practice man ko, pila ka years. So mo na siya nga before one will compete kanang triathlon or whatever nga athletic competition, sports competition, he must be physically and mentally fit. No? Nga dili siya high blood, dili siya asthmatic, dili siya epileptic. These are things to watch, no? Kay kung epileptic ng pasyente mo apply na sa triathlon, magbisikleta na niya muglangoy na niya epileptic attack na libon lang tubagonon.
Okay, thank you, Doc. I belong to the old, Doc. Doc, I belong to the old. I'm 68 years already. And to the lady in black, kining ma'am.
But before that, Sir Bobby has something to say.
You know, us men, we don't want to tell the truth because most of us are battered husbands. So, since nahihiya kayo, I think I would try to put up the 888 haven for battered husbands. The first door, the first room will be the denial room. You'll be denying that nothing has happened to you. Then the next will be the acceptance. And then the third will be the joyful room. Is the meeting of you and your spouse again. And this will be the doctor here will be the chairman. I will sponsor the place, everything. So we will come up with the
Counseling,
business.
doc.
Thank you.
So he will do the counseling, Sir Bob. To the lady in black.
Okay, to our lady
Yung
guest.
pag do you need a waiver kung palitan mo attend sa inyong mga fitness program? Kasi wa ta may balo kung doon na tabo sa doing your fitness program. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the question. Of course, sir, tinod na, nagi waiver, no? Especially sa mga big events na mo, kinahanglan jud na siya. O kanang, kung ari sa ta sa mga gym, musulod tag mga gym, papirmahon gyud tag mga waiver. Kay paretong gingon ni Doc nga naagi yung mga consultation before gyud mo attend, labi na sa fitness, labi na magpa-member sila, sir. Especially gyud katong mo attend o mga dagkong event. Importante jud gani siya, sir.
Ma'am Elena and then Sir Bobby.
Hi, Grace here. Sir Bob, you confused me because you said that there are a lot of battered husbands. But why do married women looks a lot older than single women like me and Director Roa?
Physically, there's a change if you give birth. Now, after giving birth, the problem that stresses you is how you can take care of your big hips. But if you go to the Middle East, that's the favorite. The bigger hips, the better.
Yes.
Diba?
Mama.
The sexier. So you really have to know whom you are going. And usually, the woman, that's why you are a woman. If you are complete, if you have children, you have the experience, you have the joys. No, I know men who refuses to go out with single ladies because they want to be buttered, like butter.
I see.
Okay,
Something,
added statement coming from
Na-
Dr. Rene Obra.
Ma'am Elena, ana magod ni ang women magod as a menopausal, and this has something to do with the level of the estrogen and progesterone. The menopausal age is late 40s and early 50s with the main age of 52. Ako gining research kay naay nangutanan nako nini sa akong radio program sa DYHP. So confident ko na nga figure ha, ako nang ikuan sa libro. Ang kaming mga lalaki, we don't have andropause. Our androgen and testosterone will keep on pumping as long as we're in company with beautiful women. So, mao na yung diferensya, no? Oh, mao na. Oh. So, ako, bisag akong edad, taas-taas na pod. Pero, may mga gwapa nga kuyog na ko. Muna sa kong millennials.
Bata na po.
Okay?
Doc, I'm not finished with you. I know that you're sought after and you are not cheap as a psychiatrist. I know that. But nowadays we need you. We need psychiatric help. So what can you offer that as Sir Bobby Joseph said, nobody wants to spend money now. So what is your offering?
Yeah, I'm connected with a government hospital. I'm connected with Vicente Soto. I am the department chair in our department, psychiatry. We call our department the Center for Behavioral Sciences. So I still don't belong to the old. Huh? I'm not yet retired. So what I can say is that if you don't have the budget, you see me in the public hospital. I will not charge you a single cent.
Good.
But if you'll see me in my private clinic,
Aha.
of course, I have to maintain my status as a psychiatrist in a private hospital. Otherwise, manira na ko. Akong sekretary, daghan kayo. Oo, abang mi sa building, electricity, tanan-tanan, I have to charge. Otherwise, I'll cease on operating.
Noted, Doc.
But, flexible rin ko. Flexible kayo ko. Mana ako mga amigo mingon. Dok, pila may mong charge of marriage annulment due to psychological incapacity. Sa mga media ko, pila may yung gasto sa kasal? No, 200,000, Dok. Ingo, kana po imong gasto. So, ingo, what na ko bi kwarta, Dok? Ingo, okay, you see me in Vicente Soto, dili ka na ko i-charge.
All right. So, Mr. Robert Go, in the retail business, you have so many people, right? And nowadays, people are scared to spend their salary because they might not have jobs next month. So, what is your security? What is your assistance given to your people that they will not resort to loan sharks that would let them fall into depression after 14 days? Yes.
Okay, I hate loan sharks, no,
Yes.
for your information. So I have a lot of, even microfinance, I'm doing it, no? So that my customer sari-sari store will not go to the 5-6 mga Bombay, no? Because I hate them because I want to see my sari-sari store customer grow. I don't want them to be eaten by the 5-6, no? So in my own company, we also have we contacted mga banks, no? Land Bank in particular, and many other banks, no, want to also come in because I have 8,000 employee now, no? And we guaranteed for the bank, and the bank lend them at a very minimal cost, no? But naapod sila'y kuan kanang maximum. But the bank also have to do some background check, no? And we provided them those backgrounds also. So di sila kuan in case of emergency, they're not afraid, no?
Yes.
That's how I keep my employee. I also give them health benefits, no? So that in case mag-unsa sila, they can use the life and health. Even my customer sa akong kuan, sari-sari store, the bigger ones, I give them health benefits. I saw many of my customer cried in front of a testimonial because there is a 4th stage cancer who was cured because of our health benefit to the
Thank you, sir.
customer, and they cried. She's from Danao, no? And another one from I think Argao, no? Was run over and she has no money. She uses our life and health that paid 40,000. So nakakuan gyud siya sa iyang naka-hospital gyud siya, no? So I help all my employees, no, including all my sari-sari stores. And kanang sari-sari stores, kanang gagmay pa kayo siya, I give them microfinance. Gamay lang, 3,000. Basta butuyok lang sila. And then during Christmas, sige, another 3,000 kay tingkusog, no? So that nainom ko ikuan. I have mga budget, no? But I'm happy if I can help all those poor sari-sari stores that grow. Ako magunang kuan.
Thank
That's
you,
my
sir.
heart, no?
That's very good.
That's why all the public schools, no, nga valedictorian in the mountain barangay, I give 30 public school valedictorian times 59 stores, no, every year. And I see children cry in front of me. Ngano man dong, I've been first honor for 10 years. Karon pa ko nakakuha og real medal. Wala na ipunta.
Bitaw.
So the
Sir.
more I want to help kanang mga
Kudos,
poor
sir.
children, poor
you,
customer, and my employee. That is mine. Kanang gikan na doon sa atong JCs, Youth Leadership Excellence Award. You can still remember kay puros mo ni JCs si Ronnie.
Yeah.
That kanang valedictorian ba, no? That came from there. I do feeding also every November, no? So that in the poorest of the poor mountain barangay, ning kat-kat mi sa San Miguel dito sa kaning gikan sa Tandag, no? Unknowingly mga rebuildi man dito ay among gipakaon. Sige na lang, no? But that's how we do it in our company.
Yeah.
Every year, na feeding, na valedictorian awarding. At naapoy medical and dental health among gihimo. So in every community that we operate, gikan gyapon na sa JCs atong medical dental doni. Yeah.
Thank you very
So
much.
that is how I help my employee.
Thank
A
you, sir.
businessman with a social conscience,
Yeah.
a man from Carbon, good cover story for Business Week, and Mabuhay Times.
Yeah, please go and multiply. And the last but not the least, Ms. Jessie Lo, during these times of coronavirus, group gatherings are discouraged by the government. So how would you conduct exercises, group exercises or fitness activities nowadays?
Okay, thank you sa question, ma'am. So, I think the best way is we will start for a small group. Like, for example, this room, no? For just an example. So, later on, day by day, makabalutakin sa itong mga colleagues sa fitness group. So, by that way, mo increase ang atong numbers of people, participants, and then, mo, like karon connected ko diri sa Cebu City Sports Center. So, mag-start ko og small group didto, but of course, introducing myself as well. So, by that way, we can encourage more people by every day of going there na why we can do this instead of wasting time outside, no? And properly education sa fitness, unsay nga buhaton kay importante kay na nga we know what we are doing, if it's the right way or not.
Sir, Doktor, unsa may kasulti nimo anang mga nangasikwati ng utok, nagsuroy-suroy sa downtown, naghukas, nagpintal og oil, then ngita nagpagkaon sa kanal. Wa may nanghipo sana, wala may grupo na concern about that. Saan kasulti mo?
Yeah, that's a very good question, sir. No, in fact, in one of our gatherings, this elegant circle, ila sa kong ipangutana ana, and it so happen nga si hopefully makabati o makakita sa aning atong pagkigpulong karon. I'm referring to Vice Mayor Rama because he was there, and you know si Honorable Vice Rama paspas bitaw may istorya. I was about to ask him, what is your plan about mendicants in Metro Cebu, or in Cebu City in particular? The definition of mendicants, these are people who are roaming around in the area without definite or clear purpose kinong naa siya diha. And this includes vagrant psychotics. That's why I am a member of this anti-mendicancy board. I'm representing Vicente Soto Medical Center. So, na ako in a board meeting, but we don't have a solution to this problem because our Vicente Soto Psychiatric Ward has a very limited capacity of only 60 beds. Although na positive nga hitabo because we have now an ongoing project worth 90 million building. Hopefully, by the time that building will be operational, we can accommodate more. So I suggested to the group dito sa Elegant Circle, why not open a psychiatric ward in CCMC? Nga nung dili man ta mag-open, wala ko na yung manpower. Well, if you will offer a very attractive salary, there are young generations of psychiatrists willing to take that up. Imo nang tagang sweldo nga enough nga maka-sustain siya, maka-maintain siya sa yung status as a medical doctor, why not? So, or I will I'll require my resident trainees to rotate in CCMC as part of their training, community service or whatever, and it will be Vicente Soto who will be paying their salary. Murag consultancy lang ba? So they are now considering that proposal. So my answer to that question is, much as I would like to accommodate them all in Vicente Soto in my capacity as a department chairman, I cannot because we have a lot of limitations. And these are not boxes that we will have to put inside our ward. These are human beings. We need to feed 3 times a day, including snacks in between. So, lisod na kayo. And we are talking here about millions of pesos. Dili man siya basta-basta. So, mendicants, who are mendicants? Vegan psychotics, badjaws, the beggars, maybe including pickpocketers. Wala. Wala mga mendicants. So, hopefully, makakita si Vice Mayor Rama ng atong 888, matubag niya ko nga mag-open sila o psychiatric ward in CCMC, and that is my proposal.
Okay, Sir Bobby Nate, last question, then Sir Bobit Abilan, then M.
Ang natabo, last 2 questions, kaning fast break lang. Kaning, ang natabo, kay dugay naman kayong problema, huwag gini pusa, dili ni tourist attraction? So, part of tourism?
This is an eyesore. I said, if we can budget billions of pesos for tourism prior to the COVID, ha? Billions ang atong budget, ha? For tourism. Why cannot we spare a certain amount for this purpose to hipos aning mga vegan psychotics?
Okay. Sir, last question. What kind of mental health kini mga volcanic head, mga trigger happy? What kind of mental
Yeah,
health
these
is that?
are mga people with personality problems.
Mga
irritable.
trigger-happy.
This is not synonymous to insanity or psychosis. Wala ingon nako nga all psychotic patients are mental patients, but not all mental patients are psychotics. We have so many mental patients who are very much functional. Ang ilang auto mas latest edition pa kaysa auto sa ilang attending doctor.
Okay.
Mga mental patients yun na.
Okay, thank you, sir. Doc Ren. Sir Bobit Abila, M. Espina.
I have only two questions. The first question to my good friend Robert Go. You know, ika may handle tanang retailers. Even in the US, want to kag Disneyland, made in China, yun na tanan. But with the new problem of the coronavirus, you can just imagine nga daghan na kayang mga areas nga di ka manufacture. So, don't you think it is high time for us Filipinos to learn to manufacture food products or something here in the Philippines? That's one. My last question to Bobby Joseph would be, you know, sige tag storya, we always talk about cleaning our areas, but DNR head Simato never came to Cebu. What are you going to do with it?
We start with Sir Robert, then Sir Bobby Joseph.
Yeah, thank you, my friend Bobit. No, it is high time that we should move up. Pero yesterday raon ta to, hagbay raon ta to. Do you know that we are losing a lot of companies going to other countries? No, ako I'm in tires also. Ang Goodyear left for Thailand. No, and Johnson & Johnson left for Thailand. And most of what you see in the supermarket are not made here. They are all imported. Tanawa lang luyo, mga Indonesian, Malaysian, no, Vietnam, no, because they all transferred there kay mahal man yun ta, no. I'm sorry to say because it was not managed also by our economic managers here ba, no, of the country. Kay mahal, gamay kay atong productivity. Para ang labor nato taas compared to the productivity, and mahal atong kuryente, mahal atong oil. So wa kita alkansi kita. Do you know that Lucky Tableware during their high time they employed 10,000 employees in Mandawi, pero they have to close down because of the cheap China imports, no? And so we're losing. Now, ingon tag, yes, high time taron kay balik ko nato, but there's a lot of kuan gyud kaning need of support from the government, no? Kay mahal lagi atong productivity, no? Before I used to buy from Binglanilla figurines, now they're all gone, no? I have to buy also from China. Antay mahimo, no? Now, karon supposed to be because of the trade war sa US and China, high time unta nga kita nalay mo export sa mga ginagmay, no? But many of them transferred also to Vietnam, to Cambodia, because they are cheaper and they can produce as good also. So we're losing to them now. Usik kayo, no? But mao lagi na we can, but everybody has to help here.
So, Sir Robert, it will take time to convert the Philippines as consumer-based to manufacturing-based.
No, we have been a manufacturing base and we're slowly losing out. Ang ato balikon ra na
And it
but
will
we
take
need
time
support.
to get it back.
Oh, we need support. Kay it is high time nga we can take over from China, pero kuan man kaning mahal man. Do you know that many of these from MEPS are thinking of transferring to Cambodia and to Vietnam? because it's also getting now more expensive here, even if they are tax-free import. No? Pero kay napapailain daghan. Kuryente, o labor, o tanan, di ba?
So, was Bohol Governor Art Yap was right when he told you during the RDC Fall Council meeting last February 28 that the government must be flexible in budgeting the money?
Yes, dako kayo kuan. Dako kayo ang tabang if the economic manager can also be more kuan ba, proactive ba, no? There's daghan magud kayo na siya kuan. Cause and effect, no? And kadto pod ingon siya nga, why don't we have lower fuel charge and lower tax rate or landing fee so that the airlines can move lower with their prices to get more local to be flying around, no? Moment to iyang gusto because na-shut down na kuno ang Bohol because tourism ramang gyud ang Bohol. So na-shut down na sila because there's no tourism anymore.
He said that if China's economy will be affected and their economic growth from 9 to 6%, that will be economy slowdown. But if Bohol economy will be affected, that will be economy shutdown.
Yes. Pero kanang 9 to 6, no, was only kaning taking it from a queue from previously. But with what is happening now, it might even be lower. And we are going towards a world recession because everywhere in the world there's already shutdown of airlines also. So you can just imagine how it will affect the world. Grabe na.
Thank you, Bobit. The Rotary Club of Manila, who is in the forefront also of the Save Manila Bay, is in contact with Secretary Roy Sibato. Actually, it was Secretary Roy Sibato who told us last Thursday of his interest for Cebu because of the initiatives that we are doing with the Rotary Club of Cebu. So March or April, he would like to bring his team. So by the time I reach Manila, then we will correspond with the Cebu Mother Club and make it a big bang meeting that all the 20 Rotary Clubs of Cebu will join and will be inviting the media. Of course, we'll invite 888 to be there to see that what can do once and for all, because saving Manila Bay, we have to do save Cebu. And we would like to make Cebu sustainable Cebu. So that is the trust. Thank you.
Yes, Sir M. Last question, Sir M, then the parting statement from our panelists.
Thank you, Art. This question is somewhat a rejoinder lang. The problem here is coronavirus, no? So the question is medical, social, economic, and of course, political. So makatubag mo tuloan Mr. Go, Mr. Joseph, and Dr. Rene. The latest from WHO, World Health Organization, is that the coronavirus could be contained. That's good news. But the window of opportunity is narrowing. As what Ellie had said a while ago, pabor ta sa shutdown. You know why? Because we are the most vulnerable. On the other hand, ingon si Art nga we are being fed by the OFWs. Well and good. Pero hunang-naa that the 10-member ASEAN states are the most to suffer. Kaya these are countries nga mahilig kag travel. And when you travel, coronavirus comes in. Now, in regards gingon ni Serge ang kahas, do we have the facilities No, we do not have. We have ample, but not enough to sustain in case of a major pandemic. Now, we are very, very lucky nga tulo ra ka bo cases sa Philippines kung saan namatay but not connected with coronavirus. Supposing makasod na. Look, nakasod ang drugs gikan sa China, nakasod ng mga inferior products sa China, nakasod ng SARS sa una, nakasod ng Asian swine flu, ug makasod ng coronavirus. What will happen to the Philippines? Tuwad ang tanan. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir M. Okay, WHO has already spoken that most of the Asian countries are not ready as far as if the coronavirus will be coming a pandemic. Okay, let's start with our doctor here, Dr. Rene.
Yeah, pandemic is worse than epidemic. So, kahadlokan gini. So, simba ko lang makasuod ni siya sa Cebu. We have, the most that we can do is to quarantine those who are suspected positive for coronavirus. And we have identified places like Pinamungahan. We have the Sudlon facility by our provincial government. Mao ni ang quarantine site in the event na naatay ma-identified na suspected coronavirus patient. But ang mahitabo man gud, what is new needs some adjustment, and we need to discover, I repeat, as soon as possible, the needed vaccine that can combat this kind of problem. Before, we have inpatients, example lang, leprosy. Before, we have so many TB patients. But now, we don't have inpatient for Hansen's disease or leprosy. Ang atong sa Eversley, all outpatient. We don't have TB patients admitted in the hospital anymore. All are outpatients because we were able to discover even resistant TB cases. We have medicines. So hopefully, we can come up with the cure, a vaccine to this coronavirus.
2 items for this morning. One, include in your prescription, informing the doctor that your wife, among other things, not to be a nagger. So that's very important. Second, life begins at, not begins at 40, but life begins every day upon waking up. All man-made calamities and disasters and natural disasters, humanity survive. Thank you very much. Good morning and hope to see you next week.